Hey guys, so today I wanted to do like a Q&A-ish type video. Not necessarily like Q&A because I don't really have a lot of questions that people have asked. I did post something on Instagram today, but I wanted to just do it like now. So I was gonna do like a sit down video at home and film it, but I'm going to the store and I love doing car vlogs because it, doesn't make driving suck as bad. So I thought I would just do it car vlog style. Either way, I'm just gonna be sitting here talking to the camera. So I kind of wanted to just go in depth about my surgery and the steps and everything like that. I still want to do like vlogs every day and updates. You're gonna hear that beep and I'm so sorry, but I am like scared to put on my seatbelt because of where my incisions are at. So anyways, I'm still gonna vlog every day and stuff like that, but I wanted to kind of just do like one video combined of like the experience because I really wasn't vlogging the second day that I was like in the hospital and stuff. So let me just take you back and tell you about everything. Again, I like to be real on my videos. I don't want to lie to you guys. I'm not saying this is what you should do. I'm just telling you the truth and what I went through. So I'll start from the beginning a little bit. I'll try to say it quick because I have talked about this a lot in videos. I thought about, I used to be totally against weight loss surgery. I thought there were so many risks, and like one of my best friends had it and she had a horrible time and she was like in and out of the hospital, this and that. I just, I never thought I would be one to do it. I honestly hated when people would bring it up to me and say that I should. But as time went on, I kept getting like bigger and bigger and gaining weight. And it just got to the point where I felt like I had to do something. And even though I was like terrified of it and I was terrified to fail, I just, I thought about it for so long and I just was like, screw it. I'm going to go to the doctor and see. So I sent a message to my primary care doctor, who is also plus size, which I love. I never know where I should look at on the camera. Is it here, there, here? I don't know. Who is also plus size. And I asked her for a referral to the, I haven't wore a bra in literally so long, and where the bra is right now, it's kind of on one of the incisions. So anyways, I know I'm all over the place. She sent me a referral and made an appointment to see the doctor where I live. And I set their appointment up. I met with him, I met with his nurse, and we just went over everything, and I honestly felt really good after it. So my insurance requires 6 months of classes. The class is only one time a month. My doctor also did not do surgery over a certain BMI, so I was required to lose, I think it was 70, or not 70, I think it was 30 pounds, like 30, 31, 32 pounds. And I was required. It wasn't even that my insurance required it, it was that the doctor did not do the surgery if you were over a certain BMI. So I went to the classes every month. Again, I'm going to be honest and real about everything. So the first couple of months of classes, honestly, probably at least the first 3, maybe even 4 months of classes, I went to the classes once a month. I went to, support group once a month, which I actually really like going to the support groups. And when you go to the classes, they tell you to go on this liver reduction diet. It's kind of like keto, but not like as much keto. It's kind of different. And like I said, to be honest, the first 3-4 months, I didn't do that shit. Like, I didn't do it at all. Sometimes I would try to eat better than I normally did, but honestly, especially like the first 3 months, I really didn't. And I didn't really lose weight. If I had an appointment coming up, I might, like lose like a couple pounds before that appointment, so it didn't look so bad, but I didn't. Like, we went out to eat like we always did. I drank soda every day. And I guess you can say I didn't take it serious, but I think also I wanted to enjoy food while I could, knowing that I might have this surgery. So I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just saying that was my experience. So as the time got closer, I started to freak out because I hadn't lost the weight. So I started to get my ass in gear. I never truly done the diet like 100%, like every day or anything like that. I ate way better for myself. I did start going to the gym. I've mentioned that in vlogs. And yeah, so obviously the closer the time came, the more I was being serious about it, and the more I was like trying harder to lose the weight, going to the gym, everything. So my 6 months I thought were up, and I was like super excited. I'd done the last class, and then the bariatric nurse told me I had to do another month class, because even though I'd done 6 months and 6 classes, my insurance required 180 days, and I didn't do 180 days. So at this point, I think it was like January, February, March, April, May, June, July was my 7th class. So then I was like, okay, like I'm getting close. Like, I've been doing this for 7 months, and anytime now. And then they found like an issue with my blood. I had to go to hematology, and they said like, it was probably just, like a fluke or whatever, but they had to make sure. So I had to go to a hematology doctor. They done blood tests. It ended up being totally fine. I didn't get my surgery date, I think, until it was like August, maybe. Maybe like the beginning of August or something. And it was for September 12th, which is when my surgery was. Y'all, my stomach is starting to bubble. This is real life. Oh my god. I literally, I had popsicles. This is off subject, but I had popsicles and water today, and it's 2 o'clock. And then right before I left, I had chicken noodle broth, and now my stomach is like bubbling. So I'm on my way to Target. I don't know if I said that or not. So that was the process of everything, and then I'm gonna pause this just for a second, and then I will go into the actual day of surgery. Okay. So got my surgery date, September 12th. 2 weeks before, I had to do the pre-op diet. Everyone's is different. My pre-op diet personally consisted of like a protein drink, smoothie. I don't know if people call them drink, shake, whatever. Protein drink. It's not really a smoothie. For breakfast, for lunch, and then a meal at night of 3 to 4 ounces of meat and all the vegetables you want, non-starchy vegetables, of course. And they also said I could eat vegetables like all day if I wanted to, like non-starchy ones. And then there were a couple things that I could have for a snack. I honestly don't even remember what they were, because at that point I didn't even care. I'm sure they weren't that good, to be honest. I did have cottage cheese a lot. I know I could have cottage cheese, but I probably had more than I was supposed to. Again, being honest, I love cottage cheese, and I took advantage of it. So, pre-op diet was hard as hell. This whole time coming up to surgery and everything, I literally, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna do the pre-op diet 100%. I'm not gonna cheat. It's only 2 weeks. Yada, yada, yada. I didn't do that shit 100%. Like, and I'm not telling you guys to do it because I was even terrified that I wouldn't be able to have the surgery because they want your liver to shrink. But yeah, there were some days that I did it really good and I did it 100% that day. But then there were days, like one day I had pizza and soda. One day at work, in the morning I went to Starbucks and got a Starbucks drink, which is totally not allowed. I had chips one day, I think. Yeah. And even, and I'm not telling you to do this, but even when, sorry, trying to drive and vlog at the same time. Drive, vlog, think. Even when, I'm so confused. Oh, fuck. Even, what the fuck was I trying to say? Oh, even when I had dinner and I had like the meat and the vegetables, I'm pretty sure I ate more meat than I was supposed to almost every night. Like, I probably had more than 3 to 4 ounces, but I was starving. It is what it is. I don't know. I'm gonna get through this traffic and then vlog because I cannot think right. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. So yeah, I'm sure every night for dinner I had more meat than I was supposed to, but seriously, I was starving the whole 2 weeks. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, the whole 2 weeks I was starving. So clearly I can't think. So yeah, so then the day before surgery, I could not have any food at all. It was clear liquids only. And honestly, it didn't bother me as bad as I thought. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I hate when people lie and they be like, oh, this diet isn't even bothering me, or oh, this wasn't even hard. Like, I like to be honest, and I'm a big girl and I like to eat. But honestly, I will say that day before surgery, I was hungry all day, but it wasn't as hard as I thought. I did take the day off and sleep in, so that took up some of the day. And then me and Star went to the Cardi B concert, so I was kind of like busy, you know what I mean? So anyways, we went to the Cardi B concert that night. We got home at like 12:30, and then, I mean, obviously it took me forever to fall asleep, just like from everything and knowing that I'm having surgery the next morning and all that. So I probably, only slept a couple of hours because we had to be at the hospital at 6 in the morning. So I've never had surgery. I've never been put out. nothing at all. So I had no idea what to expect. So this is why I kind of wanted to go into detail about this, just in case like some of you are thinking about having this and you've never had surgery or whatever. So we had to be at the hospital at 6. I just checked in, and then I went back to like the pre-op room. They went over stuff. They asked me 500 questions. They took my blood, all this stuff. Then I had to change into a gown. And even me, like, I didn't even know, like, does that mean I have to take my underwear off, or do I have my underwear and gown on? Like, I wanted to know those things, but I didn't know anything. So if you're wondering, you have to take it all off. You have to take your underwear off, your bra, everything, put on the gown. Okay, so I'm back from Target, and I'm gonna finish the story. So I took everything off and I got into the gown, and then they just did whatever. A lot of people came in, asked me questions, and went over stuff. And then after that, they were like, okay, we're gonna take you to the operating room. And it's when my mom and Star went with me, if I didn't say that. That's when they said bye and they rolled me there. Again, I've never had surgery, so I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what an operating room really looked like, except for like on TV, but who knows if that's real life. But so I just remember, okay, like, so when we went in there was a lot of people in there, and I had took my glasses off. Like, they told me I'm not allowed to wear contacts for the surgery, so I had glasses on, and they took my glasses when my mom and Star took them when they left. So I have really bad vision, so I couldn't see good. I couldn't see like what a lot of people look like or whatever. But when they put me in there, I just remember there was like a lot of stuff in there. It was kind of cold. Maybe I was just scared. I don't know. And it was a lot of people and a lot of talking and a lot of moving around. So then they put my, like, whatever I'm in, bed or whatever, over to this other little thing. And I had to get over to the other one. It was really small. So I got over to it. And this lady was talking to me, and she was super nice. And then this guy was talking to me, and he was super nice. And I just remember, like, you know, looking up at the huge, like, light thing, and then he put, like, the the mask or whatever on me. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna, like, you know, start doing your anesthesia, or what, I don't know what he said. But I remember clearly that he said, I'm going to do it real slow so you get to enjoy it a little bit. AKA, so you can enjoy being fucked up a little bit. And that was it. Like, I remember him saying that and just feeling like, and then out. And then literally the next thing I remember, I was waking up. I was in a different room. They said something about, like, you know, you're out of surgery or whatever. This lady was talking to me. I was kind of really out of it, and I started crying. Now that I think back, I'm not sure what I was crying about, if I was just scared or in pain. I honestly don't know, or if I was just out of it and I just started crying. But she's like, it's okay, and she was really nice. And then the next thing they said, which is literally crazy to me, they said, we're just gonna check your head really quick because they thought that they seen lice when they done surgery. And I was out of it, but I remember that, and I freaked out. And I was like, what? And the lady said, oh, I'm sure it's just dry scalp, but we just gotta make sure because when we were doing surgery, someone said they thought they seen something fall out of your head. It's totally dry scalp. I have really dry scalp and, like, flaky. But I just, like, remember her saying that. Like, couldn't you have checked my head, like, you know, before I woke up? But anyways, I just can't imagine, like, doing surgery on somebody and then them saying, like, oh my god, I think like there's a bug crawling out or she has lice. I don't know. So I kind of forget. I kind of forget. Like, I feel like I was. I don't know if I was in there a while or not. I kind of forget that. Trying to think. Hold that thought.